My visor picked up the signal before I heard the footsteps. A pulse, an ancient, heavy, impossible. At first, I thought it was another rift glitch. One of those phantom echoes that bounce between broken timelines like trapped ghosts. But then a massive shadow stepped through a glowing fracture in time. Part creature, part machine, its outline flickering with blue sparks. Tell me, what would you do if the future sent a dinosaur to find you? I was patrolling the outer rift zone, a place where the past and future bleed into each other, turning mountains into shimmering fault lines and air into static-filled fog. Signal 73 kept repeating through my comms, a deep rhythmic vibration that rattled my armor and made the ground tremble. When the frequency spiked, my visor dimmed as if bracing for impact. The fracture ahead widened like a curtain splitting open, and out walked a Tyrannosaurus unlike anything history ever recorded. Metallic plates hugged its ribs, glowing conduits pulsed beneath its scales, and its eyes scanned me with a strange mix of intelligence and targeting precision. My visor confirmed what my mind refused to accept. Chronosaur identified. Rider link pending. Before I could even step back, a deafening blast erupted behind me. Cyberaptor sleek, engineered predators burst out of the rocks with synchronized screeches. Their claws scraped the ground, leaving trails of sparks, and their movements were so unified they looked like one creature split into many bodies. They weren't chasing the Chronosaur, they were hunting me specifically. The T-Rex lowered its armored head, letting out a deep growl that vibrated through my chest. My visor flashed again, sync recommended. I didn't know why it wanted me, but I did know staying on the ground meant being torn apart. I grabbed the saddle grips integrated into its armor and swung myself up. The neural link snapped into place with a shock that made my vision sharpen and my pulse align with the creature's massive heartbeat. Suddenly, I could feel its awareness, its focus, its urgency, like it was guiding me. We launched across the rift at terrifying speed. Volcanic glass shattered under the T-Rex's claws as we dodged unstable time fractures that opened like glowing traps. The raptors stayed close, leaping over fissures with unnatural precision. Through the neural link, faint signals echoed remote commands bouncing off canyon walls. Someone was controlling them with military accuracy. Someone who knew exactly where I was and exactly what I had bonded with. The chase drove us into a crater valley coated in obsidian. As soon as we crossed the center, red targeting grids flickered beneath our feet. Hidden speakers crackled to life. Rider detected, surrender the Chronosaur. Before I could react, the ground opened and a massive elevator dropped us into a secret underground facility. The air below was cold and humming with energy. Incubation tanks lined the chamber walls, each containing hybrid creatures, raptors with carbon fiber spines, pterosaurs fitted with thruster wings, even colossal sauropods reinforced with chronodrives. Someone wasn't just experimenting, they were assembling an army that belonged to no era. The Chronosaur slowed as we reached the heart of the facility. That's when the commander stepped out from the shadows, a former scientist from our division, now half-machined with wires threading along his jaw and cybernetic eyes glowing like twin lasers. He raised a gauntlet brimming with temporal circuitry. My mount staggered as the override signal hit its limbs, jerking, its vision feeding static into my mind. "You bonded with the wrong creature," he said calmly. "The Chronosaur belongs to the timeline, not to you." Behind him, the raptors in their tanks began waking up, eyes lighting in synchronized patterns. I jumped off the saddle and sprinted toward the core chamber. While alarms screamed and sparks rained from ruptured cables, the Chronosaur broke free just long enough to crush incoming drones with a single sweeping strike of its armored tail. I reached the main console, an enormous glowing interface pulsing with unstable energy. My visor displayed the last option left, override command link. I slammed my palm onto the panel. A wave of blue light exploded outward. The entire facility surged as every Chronosaur instantly synced to me, ripping free from the commander's control. Tanks shattered, raptors screeched. The commander yelled that I was collapsing the timeline, but the core was beyond recovery. The Chronosaur lunged forward, grabbed me, and leaped into a forming time fracture, just as the base imploded into a vortex of spiraling fire and fractured reality. We crashed into a peaceful valley far from the chaos green fields. Clear skies, a silence so sharp it felt unreal. The Chronosaur lowered its great head beside me, breathing slowly, its eyes no longer cold and artificial, but strangely alive. It remembered me. It chose me. But the peace didn't last long. My visor flickered again with a chilling alert. Signal 74 detected. Unknown rider approaching. Someone else survived the collapse. Someone dangerous. And they were already tracking us. If you want to follow what happens next, hit like, drop your theories, and share this with anyone who lives for futuristic chaos and prehistoric power. The future is shifting fast and we're riding straight toward it.